Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Reese Clayson here on the Reese Clayson Experience. Tonight, this is episode 2 of my podcast. I'm sitting down with the man, the myth, the legend, Mason Schwaber, just like usual. How we doing, co-host?
Man, I'm feeling great right now.
Oh yeah, big old Buckeyes, the Buckeyes. Yeah, I mean, you got the experience of a lifetime. You've gotten to go to 2 of some of the biggest Buckeye games in our lifetime, and how was it?
You know, to start off, I accidentally booked the tickets on the wrong side of the stadium, so I was sitting with all the University of Texas fans, which wasn't the probably the safest thing to do, I guess you could say.
You never say anything over the line or anything.
No, no, that's not my thing. I'm a pretty quiet person.
I mean,
But it was awesome. I'm sure we'll get into it later, but very, very fun, eventful night, that's for sure.
yeah, I mean, just from the stories you tell me, we're going to get into it more in a little bit, but you had an eventful weekend with the snow and getting there, but I want to get your full story in a little bit. I first off want to start off by saying I hope everybody's doing well. Me and Mason, we've been just kind of cooking up our stuff, and I've been recording a video and trying to get it together, and that should come out Thursday, what is Thursday? The 15th, I think. Yeah, 14th, 16th. Thursday the 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll come out Thursday the 16th. I'm very excited about that video. I had a little bit of a mishap with footage, which was kind of unfortunate. I was in the process of downloading it all and I accidentally deleted half of it. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be pretty long, even though I deleted half of it, but uh, it's how it goes. So, but I first off want to get off to the start with Supercross is back. We had A1 this weekend, even though there's half the state burning down. It is Supercross is back in California, better than ever. I mean, it didn't disappoint. It definitely wasn't the way I thought it was going to go. I thought there would be 2 different winners than there was, and it was just a good night. I mean, what's your first reaction when you saw the results come through?
So you and I texted about this. We were texting throughout the whole race, really, both. Um, it disappointed me a little bit just because the anticipation of the fan, like a classic fan wanting to see Jet up front, wanting not up front, but battling for up front at least, or Hayden battling for up front at least. And you didn't really get to experience that. They both had mishaps on the starts in their main events, but you know, I texted you. I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. I would probably switch it to a 7. Um, it was just it wasn't a lot of battles throughout the night. It wasn't as entertaining as I thought it'd be. Um, Hayden Deegan, who people will know eventually, and I'll start by saying it now, I'm not a fan of. And he threw me off a lot with some of his interview comments that we'll get into. But it wasn't bad racing. It was just not a lot of battle oriented, and I thought that just affected viewership a little bit. But it was cool to see some other guys win that no one was really expecting to win. I don't think a lot of people expected Joe to come in here and win first round, and I don't think a lot of people thought Chase was going to win round one. He was definitely a heavy hitter for it, but everyone I would have to assume thought it would be Hayden and Jet.
I posted on X and said I I think Levi's going to win, but I know somebody else that's not going to be mentioned is going to win, and I was picking Hayden. And I think me and you were on the same page. We're not Hayden Deegan fans, and it's not because of how he rides or how he races. It's
It's a
because of
great
his mouth,
rider.
and I can't stand it. And I've been vocal about it, and I think a lot of people have been. And I think even after the race, you kind of touched on it, like they interviewed him for fifth, and I was very quick to be like, why are we interviewing this dude for fifth? And he even said, he's like, I don't know why I'm up here. Like, I don't know why. And I mean, if you're going to interview fifth, you probably should interview fourth, but who got fourth in either main event? Nobody knows. So I think the racing was lackluster, like you said. The 250, West Coast is giving me 2021 250 East Coast vibes, where it's Jet, Christian first and second, and then there's guys getting on the podium that you're like, who the heck are they?
Yeah.
There's just nobody, and I feel like the 250 West could be like that because you had Levi pull out, you had Forkner pull out, you had RJ pull out, like you had all these factory guys, and the East is gonna be stacked. It's so much fun to watch, but the West is just kind of like, yeah, and I think touching on the 450 side, we'll get into both a little bit more here in just a second, but the Jet thing, like he looked uncomfortable, but in all the greats that have won like multiple championships in a row when they win their first, like if you look back at RV, when he won his first and second and third and fourth, he was never good at the beginning of the year. Like I couldn't tell you when RV showed up day one and everyone's like, oh, he's the fastest guy. Like there was a year RV crashed twice in the main and like finished like 8th or 9th. So this is not make or break for Jet. Jet's going to be just fine, and he's on a new frame. And as they get used to it, he's going to get faster and faster. And I think it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's funny you mentioned 2021, and we spoke about it before the pod as well. I was at 2021 Orlando, and I think Jet went down on the start.
Mm-hmm.
Podium that race.
I mean, it was. I remember watching, and there was like no knock to Kevin Moranz or anything, but Kevin Moranz was getting like 6th and 7th in the 250 main event.
Because the guy was also pulling like every single.
Yes, Kevin Moranz can pull the start on a P-dub, but you get what I'm saying. Like, no offense, Kevin Moranz, but he's just not that guy, and especially at that time, like there's guys that should have been ahead of him. I don't know. It kind of sucks in a sense of we're missing a lot of guys. Like Jalik got hurt right before the race. We already lost Evan Ferry. He tore his Achilles. Like it is very unfortunate to see guys get hurt. And I think the worst part about the sport is we're at such a high level and we're getting faster and faster a year. When you see guys crash, it's not just, okay, he crashed. It's, okay, how bad? And these guys are going so fast that the crashes, you can't get away with them anymore. Like if you're going down, it's going to be bad. And what's even crazier is like Eli, he never even crashed when he tore his Achilles. Like it's just crazy. Like Evan Ferry was the same way. Like he didn't even crash. Like it's a shame to see these guys getting hurt. And I just that sucks for a viewer standpoint, but it also sucks to a rider standpoint too. Like I don't ever want to see anybody get hurt.
No, for sure. And that's the evil part of racing. It happens.
Yeah.
It always, and it's very unfortunate. But, we've been seeing the same thing with basketball, and I'm not switching the topics or anything, but just people are getting hurt more and more every single year. And you look at it from a in-game or like a race perspective, it's hard to say it's just coincidental. I don't really understand what's going on because it's just growing and growing each year.
Yeah.
So I don't get why it is. If it was off season, then you could say, okay, maybe they're just outworking themselves too much, so just burning themselves out.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff is happening in race. Obviously, the kitchen stuff is just really unfortunate. Again, I thought the Deegan comment was so unnecessary. The guy probably felt like crap.
And you got to look at it like, okay, if I'm going to come into this, why come in and just go ride around for a 20-second in the main, score no points, or I could just sit out 4 weeks and go race and be at full par against other guys for a title.
Yeah.
Like I look at it like, okay, if I'm Levi, I get to go race 2 champions versus a kid who is supposedly going to be the champion, and he's going to cause a lot of drama and headache. Or I go race the guys who won the last 2 titles, and if I can beat them both, then I look like a really badass. Yeah. So I don't know. I think the comments were uncalled for, like you said. I think Hayden's getting ahead of himself, but we'll let him dig that grave.
I got a question for you. So for me, these past few years, some of like the best basketball players I've played with in my life got into the NBA now, and you get to see them play, and it's like whoa, that's pretty cool. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. And I look at the 250 results, and I think there's 1 to 3 guys in here that you've raced. I know for a fact. I
Mhm.
mean, Towers, I know for a fact.
Yeah.
And so what is that like?
It's kind of surreal. It kind of hurts at the same time. Because I was pretty close, but I didn't get there, and that's how it goes. But the thing, like Gavin Towers, I think you know exactly what story I'm about to tell. We were at an area qualifier in Ohio, and I was not very fast in 85s. Like I never even qualified out of
Too
an
big.
area.
You were
I
too
was,
big.
yeah. And we got we showed up at this area qualifier, and Gavin Towers was lapping me in 4 laps, and it was just like, who is this kid? And it's so cool to see like him and Michi Zaramba. I've raced them. I've raced Michi since I was on 65s. Like we raced at this little local track called Smith Road. We
Long
would,
too, right? Avery Long, right?
yeah, Avery Long. I didn't race him as much personally. Like we raced at Loretta's against each
That's
other,
what
and he was in the title fight, and I was kind of in the 20th fight. But no, it's still cool. Like it's still like kind of, hey, I know that guy, and it's kind of like my claim to fame. So it's cool to see. I still have aspirations of maybe doing it one day and being like, hey, I did it too. But it's all just, it's cool. It's really cool because in 20 years, you'll look back and be like, hey, I did some cool stuff, and I knew some cool people, and I got to see a lot of guys do really cool things, and that's what really matters. Um, it's kind of like Drew Aller for the Penn State. I went to school with him, and that's kind of my claim to fame. Like, hey, I know that
You
guy.
can't. I don't think you want to brag about that right now, bro.
No, but hey, I'll give him credit. Like, if everybody watched every game, he's a great quarterback. He's trying to make plays at the end of the game to
Yeah.
take his team to the national title game. You can't blame the kid. Like, you
I
can
blame
blame the kid. He did make the mistake, but at the same time, you can't blame the kid for trying.
I blame the coach, James Franklin. I think you in that situation you just kneel and go to overtime. There's no point in risking it.
So that's what I thought too. Watching the game, I was like, man, I would run like a play and see how the defense plays me, and just like go, hey, just like if it's there, take it. Don't force anything. We'll just go to overtime. If not, that was my thought. I was like,
Were you watching live?
I watched it live. Yeah,
Dude, I texted you. You're so annoying. So
dude,
annoying.
this
Don't do
guy.
that, bro.
I'm
Don't do
sorry,
that.
bro. I'm sorry, but
No, I'm just
no,
saying.
I hope Drew Aller. I don't know what he's gonna do. They'd say he might stay, he might go
He
again.
should.
I think he should. I think he could, because the only quarterback I can think of next year is going to be Arch. That's going to be really, really a high draft prospect. I don't know that many.
Arch can't get drafted next year.
After next year, yeah, he can.
You
He's a
gotta play.
sophomore.
You gotta play 3 years in college.
Yeah,
You
he's a
got. You got.
sophomore.
No, he's a freshman this year.
No, he's a freshman last year. This is his second year.
What?
Yes, he's been
Really?
behind Quinn for 2 years. Yeah. Yes, I can look right here.
He's a redshirt freshman.
Yes, but that still counts as a year if he wants it to. So, but whatever. I don't like. I'm just saying. I think the real
Oh yeah.
is a lot of hate for no reason.
Yeah, this year it would be stupid for him to declare, honestly. I mean, because one, he would have already, but two, you know who the top 2 quarterbacks are.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
that's solidified already. And I'm seeing the numbers on stuff, bro. You stay in college for an extra year, you're making more than you are in the NFL now.
oh
And
yeah, I mean,
it's crazy, man. I mean, these
yeah,
quarterbacks are making $4 million a year. Carson Beck, Georgia, transferred to Miami, got $4
for his
million
girlfriend.
for his girlfriend. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Oh,
And
I didn't even realize that until I saw that post of her there, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's why he went there.
yeah, and
So
for someone who was in the NCAA, I like the fact that you can make money. I do, but I think there needs to be limitations because then they never learn the purpose of a dollar. And
Well,
you see all of these professional athletes nowadays, and now you're seeing collegiate athletes get these checks, get the money in their bank account, and it's gone immediately. I have close friends who I'm not going to say on here, but are pretty high up in Division 1 and getting very, very good amount
yeah,
of money, and spend it the wrong way and you screw yourself.
exactly. And so the way I've kind of thought about it, I listened to Saban talk about it, and he basically kind of put it, he goes, we need to, if we want to pay them, there needs to be regulations on how much they can get and how much they can be paid at one time, because just big programs forking out money is not going to be fair. He said, but the other thing we need to do is, if we're going to keep paying these kids, we have to fix the transfer portal, because them just saying, okay, I sat for a year, okay, I'm leaving. Like, it's basically free agency. It's like every year they're a free agent. They can go wherever they want. There's no stopping them, and they can just do what they want. And I think personally, it's teaching these kids that I'm just spoiled. It's like you're seeing it more and more in the NFL. You have a rough year. Yeah, I don't believe in my team. I want to leave. Like, it's a shame. Like, these kids don't understand the liberty and justice they get playing at that level, and how much of an honor it is, and they just take it for granted. And I think taking away that transfer, I think they should just go back to what it was. If you transfer, you have to sit a season. Like, that just makes it, because I understand you want to transfer and you didn't play at all. That's a little bit different. But if you play the whole year, you shouldn't be allowed to just transfer.
Yeah.
You know, if you redshirt, you should be allowed to transfer. If you play the entire year and play every game and you have 3,000 passing yards, you shouldn't be allowed to say, hey, I'm going to go to a different school just because they're going to pay me more. You
Look,
know?
it's difficult, bro. I mean, they made the rules, and it'd be crazy if they changed them now. That's the whole issue. They
No.
didn't. This got rushed. It got
Mhm.
rushed really quick. And for someone who was there when it started and who finished when it like started actually peaking, I've seen it develop, and I've seen some people close to me get screwed over because of it, and some people have the best time of their lives because of it.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting. I do think that collegiate sports is on the wrong path. Um, I actually remember about 5 years ago, I got into it with your mom about it in her kitchen. We were just debating about it,
Yep.
and you know, it's difficult because as a fan, you're like if you're a college sports fan and you're a fan for like a mid-major school, I would be livid about this
Mhm.
because
There's no hope.
any of your star players are gone if they have a good year because it's all financially related now. But if you're a high major fan, like a Buckeye fan, you go spend a few million and you go get Caleb Downs.
Mhm.
You get to pay Will Howard,
Mhm.
so that's the annoying process. You can't make everyone happy about it, but
Mhm. Yeah. And I think that's it's like, it's almost taking away from what college football is like, you have this coach,
basketball too.
he recruits and finds these stars in, like, just hiding in the rough, and they come and play. And that's what made college football so fun to watch, is you go to a game, you're like, who the hell is this kid? And he's running for 700 yards on me. And now it's like, okay, now everybody knows who everybody is. Okay, you had a great year. Here's $17 million. Come play for me. Yeah. It's not that high, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I just, I think it's, I don't know. I think if they're amateur athletes, then I don't understand paying them millions and millions of dollars. I think paying them's fine. I think, like, the Johnny Manziel thing is a big thing that stands out. Like, that kid brought in more fans than anybody, and he was selling jerseys and everything. I think he deserves a cut, yes. But I do
oh,
not
he got a
think,
cut.
oh, he got one, yeah. But I'm
He got a
saying,
cut.
like, on the table, he didn't get a cut. Um, I I just think there is a better way to do it, and I think we need to find it, because right now I think it's taking college football down a rabbit hole that we don't want to go down.
Yeah, and it was interesting too because a lot of people think about it in the idea of they're spending the NIL just to recruit. And I was watching this video I found on Instagram, and Kirk Herbstreit was talking about Ohio State having 20 million in NIL for football. And he was like, Ohio State didn't go and spend 20 million on other people. Yeah, they got Caleb Downs. Yeah, they got Will Howard. But you look at majority of their defensive starters, those were 3-year players that have been a Buckeye. They didn't spend all of that 20 million to go get new players. They spent all majority of that 20 million to keep their players. And that's what it's gone to as well. It's not just, oh, okay, we're going to go recruit this guy from that school, that guy from there, and we're going to be okay. Let's just use the portal. No, it's now you also have to utilize your money to keep your players. That's the tricky process, because you have to find a way to split up your money to where, one, I can recruit enough, but two, I also can't recruit too much because I'm not going to have money for my good returners. So that's all I got to say about it. It's a tricky subject, that's for sure.
I think it's just going to get higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's go back to the race for a minute here. Just like a brief thing we talked about last night. We texted about it. You texted me after the first gate drop of the night, and you said, "Who is Cole Davies?" That is the diamond in the rough that Daniel found, and he is good. He is a good, fast kid. I'll tell you what. He kind of surprised me in the heat race where he started.
Surprised me. That's why I texted you.
Yeah, I know. Like, he came out fast, and he's obviously confident because he told Star, he's like, "Hey, I want to go west," and they wanted him to do futures, and they were like, "Well, we'll let you do east," and then he was like, "Hey, let's go west. Come on now." And that was kind of cool to watch. Cody Schock killing it again. Club Max boy. Avery Long got 12th.
I don't know why I thought Schock was moving up to 450. I knew he was outdoor, but
no.
Schock didn't race 450 outdoors one year.
No, that was maybe a couple years ago, but not for club.
No. I wasn't saying for club. I think it was when he was with Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it was for Phoenix. But yeah, Cody killed it. Juju Boomer looked really good. Mosman, yeah, dude. He looks so awkward on the bike. Like, watching him, Michael just doesn't seem very comfortable. And he doesn't look like the Michael Mosman that rode for Rockstar back a couple years ago. So that was weird to me.
I felt bad for your boy.
Who?
Garrett. Yeah,
he crashed, but he whole shotted. That was kind of cool.
I like that he got an opportunity again to be with Cowie. I do.
Yeah, I'm excited for Garrett.
But he's got did they announce anything on Levi switching coasts? I'm assuming he will.
Yeah, he did. That's why he didn't ride, which I don't understand. I don't get how he could switch coasts if he rode practice. He rode free practice.
It was free practice. So
yeah, but that still counts as the race.
They said They said since the actual practice is irrelevant to any sort of qualifying, that's why it didn't count. So that's why they let him switch. But I'm saying for Garrett, it's like, okay, if you get this opportunity to be back on a factory team, you're now the only one on that coast.
I think that puts a lot of pressure on him too.
A lot. You cannot, dude. You got to be consistent top 5. I'm not gonna.
And Garrett's got to work hard. Like, Garrett's always been really nice to me, and we're kind of buddies. He's just got to chip away at it. He's got to get good starts. He's got to stay off the ground. That's the easiest way to kind of get through it. But he did good. I thought when he was off the ground, he looked really good on the bike. He looked solid. But no, my shines of the night are Hunter Yoder and Avery Long, 12th and 13th.
Dude, I really liked what I saw from Yoder. I thought that was bad ASS that he was not going to let Deegan go by without a fight.
Yeah, I know. And
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Yoder's gotten better every year as parts of the Kawasaki. And I think he could do pretty good by the end of the year. I'm excited.
Cole Thompson just let Deegan by. I'm like, bro, like, this is the first round. You guys don't have points. Like,
he's still competing. Yeah. I wish Cody would have T-boned him. Cody could have put him in the grandstands, like
Bro, I
in the
was
grandstands.
praying for it.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't pray for anybody to get hurt. I'm not
Ah,
praying for anybody to crash, but I wouldn't have been opposed.
I don't mind a little elbow grease.
Yeah, elbow grease is nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Clayson's know about elbow grease.
yeah, just ask Alex Martin. Sorry, I like Alex. 450s, I picked right. You can check my X. I picked right. I got Chase for the win. But I definitely didn't have Jet getting 12th. That was definitely not the thing. I would say my favorite things of the night was Kenny getting second. I love
His
just I
interview was
want
so funny.
dude, I know, and I just want him to win so bad. Like I feel like he is the fastest guy never to win a Supercross title. He's just had huge injuries and
He's
what?
never won.
Not in the premier class.
Oh, Premier. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah, he's got that 250 title. I think he has two 250 title. But yeah, him getting second was really cool. Puts him in a good spot. Eli looked really good. I think he would have ran away if he didn't crash. Justin Hill is fast again. What?
he's been
Like,
fast. He's been
no,
fast.
no, 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 no. Okay, no. We're gonna just talk about this because he was horrible last year. I'm sorry, Justin Hill looked so bad last year.
I've been a Hill fan since I think it was the Seattle Mud Race 2 years ago, and he podiumed and beat Adam Cincerillo straight up. They were battling like the whole mud
Dude,
race.
he won a title. What are you
No,
talking
no,
about?
no, I'm talking about like 2 years ago.
Oh, that was it. That was at the end of the year. I think
Seattle.
it was it Seattle or Denver that he made it.
It was a mud race. He got third. But yeah, I mean, it was cool to see. You know, Justin. I mean, I don't know what the heck was going on with AP. He was struggling a little bit. I know he had caught up a few positions later on, but I have a conspiracy theory. You're probably gonna think I'm wrong, but I think there's a slight chance of it. On the final lap of that 450 main, Jet was about to pass Hunter, and he screwed up and made a mistake. I feel like that mistake was on purpose so that he didn't have to get close to Hunter.
No, I think no, I don't think he would have done that. It's too early in the year. And Jet's already shown overseas, like he doesn't care that it's his brother. Like he'll take him out. So okay,
Okay.
I have the Justin Hill stats here. And I'm just gonna read you the points and how he finished the last couple of years. So 2024 Supercross, he was 17th overall, scored 71 points, had a bad year. 2023 Supercross, finished 8th, scored 212 points. He was good. The year before that, he was 11th, scored 162. That was the year he raced like 8 rounds for JGR. It was 2019.
I remember that.
And then, okay, so 2020, before the season got canceled, he raced and was 10th and got 213. And like, it's just so weird. Like last year, he was 17th, had 71 points, not that good. And now this year, he's battling with Cooper Webb. It's like, where did that come from, bro?
A1 motivation, bro.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah, like 2017, he won a 250 West title. And then he took years off, came back, did really well, took a down year, and now is really good again. So, Team Tedder, baby. Same rap. Shout out Steve Mathis. So, okay, let's go back to this list. I want to see what else I see. Yeah, AP. Yeah, he beat AP. AP was 9th. Hunter and Jet were 11th and 12th. Prado, bro. I am not stoked. I am not. Like it, I'm over it already. I'm over the hype. Like all this kid can do is get starts, and it's annoying because he gets starts and then he just holds everybody up. and you know it. You watched it last night. It's hard to watch.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is gonna be his this is gonna be his first full Supercross series in the 450 class. I don't want to judge him off the first round, but I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, you said it well when we were talking about it too. I mean, he's gonna hold people up, and it could cause a lot of problems because when you're on he's on the factory Cali team still, right?
Mhm.
You're on a factory Cali team. You have this like personal reputation to yourself that you belong up front, and clearly he doesn't. So that I think is going to create tension eventually,
Yeah.
and it's gonna get interesting. But I don't want to judge him off this race. I want to see
I think,
I want to see like 3 to 5 rounds of him and see where he's
yeah.
placing because he did have a few mistakes last night. Like I think he would have finished top 10 if he didn't mess up.
Oh yeah. I think he was definitely going backwards. But I think you're probably right. He would have been in the top 10. 14th is not where he would have finished probably, but he was definitely going backwards. He looked tight. He looked like he was trying to defend too much, and I think he was a little too confident coming in. I think he had a lot of hype around him, and everybody's like, "Oh, MXGP World Champion." Okay, yeah, you're a fast kid on a dirt bike, but Supercross is it's a different breed. Like, and I will even say, like, from when they're in the baseball stadiums, when you go ride a football stadium, it's going to change completely. It's going to be a whole new ball game, and he's got to be ready for it. And I think once it gets soft and ruddy, he's really good at that outdoors. Whether it translates, we'll see.
I think
But
that.
I just, as a viewer standpoint, I feel like it's going to get annoying to watch. And I'm looking at it from a viewer or as a rider, like do what you got to do. Like you're racing for a paycheck, and so is everybody else. So if you're going to hold guys up to stay in front of them, then do it. But as a viewer, it's going to get annoying. Like there's going to be comments about it. It's going to get bad, and I'm just getting ahead of it. Yeah, I mean, then we got no one else that's really a huge surprise. But I mean, like you said, you rated it a 7. Like I just didn't think it was that exciting. I think there's been more exciting nights, and I think it's going to be a good year if we can keep guys healthy. Like, I mean, looking at this list, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 guys that could win at least, and that's not counting like Joey Savacci. Like 12 guys who could legitimately, if they got a good start and the cards fell their way, they could win.
Name him.
Okay, maybe 11, because I counted. Okay, I would say Chase could win, Kenny could win, Jason wins, Cooper could win, Eli could win, Barsha could win, Cooper could win, Justin Cooper. Aaron can win, Malcolm could probably win, Hunter could win, Jet could win.
Are there
Yeah.
any guys out right now? I don't think so.
Christian Craig, but I don't think he's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, I like the list. I would probably take out. I don't see Barsha winning a race this year, and I definitely don't see Malcolm winning a race.
I don't know, dude. There's been like Justin has won a race. Like he
Yes.
won one 2 years ago. Did he win last year? No, he didn't win last year. Last year was rough. But like he looked good. He looked good. Like
I thought he was going to take out Eli.
I thought so too, because those two don't like each other.
Nope.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see how San Diego goes next week.
yeah, we'll see. San Diego will be fun.
Yep.
Okay, let's get away from the racing side of things. You went to the Ohio State Texas game,
Yeah.
and from what I heard is you almost got jumped by a whole section of Texas fans because you don't keep your mouth shut, which is respectful. I wouldn't have either. So I want to hear about your trip. I want to hear about your flight delays. Let's just go through it. Run me through it.
So we were supposed to leave Florida on Thursday to get to Dallas. and flight got canceled. Called my pops, told him. Fortunately, got refunded and tried getting another flight. Got another flight, and I went to check it probably like 6 hours before, canceled. And that's where it sort of got really hectic. I was in the middle of a workout when I checked it, and I call him in the gym. I was actually in the steam room, super loud, and I couldn't really hear him. I'm like, "Yo, it got canceled," and basically, we ended up getting another flight. It flew out early Friday morning. We got there Friday morning. Um, Took a quick nap when we got there, and then we were on our way to the game. And we get to our seats, and I realize that I am probably one of my dad and I are probably 2 of 10 Ohio State fans in our section, and you're at the biggest probably the biggest stadium in the world, close to it. And so I'm sitting around like 400 Texas fans, and game starts off, and Ohio State gets the first touchdown. I'm excited. I wasn't talking crazy or anything. This is where I get mad. Texas goes and scores a touchdown right before halftime. And I got all these fans turning around because when Ohio State scored, I was like this, horns down, baby. Horns down. And so everyone's like this, like, go horns, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was silent. I was like, I couldn't do anything. And 30 seconds left, run a screenplay, Travion.
Travion.
Gosh, bro. So this is where it gets a little hectic. Travion scores the touchdown, and I'm talking my smack. I am talking. I said, "Horns down! Where's all the Texas fans at now?" I said, "It's quiet in section 129."
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I was feeling great, and then Texas. I mean, Texas dominated the third quarter.
Oh yeah.
They tied it up, and Ohio. I mean, Will couldn't do anything. Will played awful in the third quarter,
I'll
and
tell you, just a quick pause.
yeah,
I'll tell you what happened that caused us to lose all our momentum is when we scored the first drive. We're driving down the field the second time, and Travion headbutted that kid. That took all the wind out of our sails. It took everything away. Because
bro, the flags were awful the whole game.
I think so too. But I think if he doesn't do that, we go score again, and that game is a blowout. I think that's what gave them the edge. And I think Travion realized that. His teammates went and talked to him, but that's what hurt me the most. So I was like, if we lose, it's gonna be because of that little flag. So go
Yeah.
back to your story.
It sucks. Side note that so I got to see Jeremiah Smith play in high school. He's right around where I live, and that was really cool. It sucked that he was getting triple teamed the whole night, and I didn't get to see him really do his thing. Not his fault at all. I thought he was really, really mature about it, actually.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see. But we're at the end of the third quarter. It's tied. Texas is driving, and it's 3rd and 6 on the first play of the fourth. And I told my dad right there, I was like, this is going to be the biggest play of the game. The whole momentum shifted, and we got to stop. And later on, we end up driving. Judkins gets the touchdown. I mean, first of all, Will Howard, that QB rush on fourth.
Oh my gosh. that was the biggest play of the game.
Like,
He got so excited. He's like, I'm going to score. And
did you see his hand?
Yes, dude. It was like having a golf ball taped under his hand.
Dude, it was bad. But we score, and UT's driving, and they start getting into territory. And then it was at the point where their tight end got a big play, and they pointed at our corner.
Yep.
And they got the penalty. They kept going. They get to like our 5-yard line, 2 straight pass interferences.
And they're on the one.
They're on the one, and they are talking crazy. And I'm telling my dad, I was like, we're gonna get the ball back. I just hope we don't go 3 and out, because if we go 3 and out, Texas gets it. We're done. Yeah. And first play, get the stop. Third down. they get that big loss and they're back at the 7. And it's 4th down. And I'm like, I pull out my phone. I sent you guys the video. I videoed the 4th down. Keep in mind I'm videoing like this so I can see at the same time. And all of a sudden I see Jack Sawyer just go right by the lineman. I say, "Get him, Jack!" Fumble, and oh my goodness, bro, my throat still hurts because I was yelling so loud. And that's where it got really, really hectic in my section because he turned it into a touchdown. And I felt like I was back in college when I was on the bench talking smack. I had a lot of choice of words. I did not care whatsoever because of it was just the craziest thing ever. And sort of the same thing. I was like, section 129's freaking quiet, excuse me. And I didn't finish the word. And so
Gosh, dang it.
oh man, this guy turns around and he's like, "Hey," I mean, he was plastered. He was like, "Hey, don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful." I was like, "You guys were talking the whole game." I was like, "I'm sorry, you guys only got to talk for 2 times when you scored. We got to talk 4." And that's where it got hectic. And he kept saying I was disrespectful. And my dad said to him, he was like, "Okay, I heard you say it for 4 times. If you say it for the 5th time, we're going to have a problem." And then he got like all of his buddies circled around us and everything. I mean, we were the minority, but it was hectic. Nothing ended up happening bad, but it was such a cool experience, dude. I mean, I still don't know what was crazier, the Henderson touchdown to go into halftime or that Sawyer play. They both just shocked me. And I still can't decide which one was a crazier play.
I mean, watching at home, I was going nuts. Like, I was sitting on the couch and Taylor said, "I'm going to get you a seatbelt. You just keep jumping out of your seat." And I remember when they scored going into half, I got up to go get myself a drink. And I said, "Guys, they do this every game in the playoffs. They score right before the half." And they scored. And I sit back down and I think they ran a play right before the screen. And I said, "I have Zeke Elliott vibes coming right now. I feel like something big could happen." And I see him drop back and I see all the linemen let them go. And I go, "Oh no, it's going to be bad." And Trayvon got the ball. I said, "Make a man miss and you're gone."
It's a
And
bad man.
I was jumping, I was screaming, and I was honestly kind of worried my neighbors were going to get mad. I was just so loud. And
He's a bad man.
dude, he is amazing. And then what even the scary part is I was louder for the Sawyer play. Like I'm sitting there and like I got to the point like I knew if they scored, we were gonna be in trouble. And I was just thinking, get a play, one play, like this is our time to shine, like it's gonna happen. And when he came around the corner, I go, "Get him!" And I just thought, sack, we're going to get the ball right there. And it was perfect. He hit him, ball hit the ground, bounced right into his lap. And I just thought he hit the ground. And I was like, "He's down." And he's still running. I'm like, "He's got the ball. He's got the ball." And
It's crazy.
I'll never forget that. That'll be in my memories forever. It was,
Oh yeah.
and I think, I don't think Will Howard played his best football that night by far. They gave him the MVP, but I think he's a lot better. He threw some balls though in the first half, and I was like, "Bro, you are not scared tonight. Holy cow!"
Dude, even that one pass to Meke in the second half.
Oh my
Double
gosh, I
coverage.
know.
I'm like, "What are you doing, bro?" But
Like he threw one, yeah, the pick.
no,
Yeah.
it was almost a pick.
Oh, the pick he threw, I thought,
The pick
where are
was
you
awful.
throwing?
The
Yeah.
pick was awful.
But like to start the game, he came out was throwing it over the middle, and I'm just like, "Oh, holy cow!"
He tried that was testing out Jeremiah's coverage.
Yes, and they were not leaving Jeremiah no matter what. The play that hurt the most is when we drove down the field the first drive, and Tate had that little slant, and we hit him right in the breadbasket, and he dropped it. I jumped up and I go, "Oh my god, cut the kid!
Texas's receiver had one worse though.
Yeah, where he jumped for no reason. Yeah,
That was bad.
crazy. It was
But
crazy.
yeah, it was crazy. And so that Henderson touchdown, what happened was so we had, fortunately, like right behind my seat was 3 Buckeye fans.
Mhm.
And we were talking to him like the whole game. And before the play happened, we were like, okay, I said to him, I was like, you guys think they're like gonna try to go score a field goal or something, or do you think they're gonna kneel? They're like, yeah, probably just kneel. We're going into halftime. We get the ball back after half, and then it was awesome. It was a great experience. I enjoyed it so much, and yeah, I'm not taking this Notre Dame game lightly. I'm not.
No,
It's a
no.
national championship. There's Marcus Freeman played football at Ohio State, lost to Ohio State last year as the clock expired. You better expect there to be some revenge coming into this game.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a good one. I think the spread is ridiculous. They have us
yeah.
favored by 9.5. Crazy.
And yeah, that's a little ridiculous. I think anything can happen in a national title game. What I think is crazy is they have a blueprint to success. They know exactly how to beat us. Texas almost got it done. They didn't. But if you look at it, take away Jeremiah Smith, make us work for it, you have a shot. And I think, I don't know what his name is, the head coach for Notre Dame. What's his name?
Marcus Freeman.
Marcus Freeman. He's going to sit there and go, well, I know how to do it. We just have to do it. And I think Ohio State has to come in and find some wrinkles. And I think Chip Kelly's going to have to coach a hell of a game. And Ryan Day is going to have to coach a hell of a game. And I think if our defense just keeps playing how they are, I think it could be a great game and go really well for the OSU.
Yeah, it would. It would be really cool, and Day would keep his job.
I think he's already got it. I think so, and I honestly want him back. I've grown to like
I
him.
want him back. But I don't.
I worry he leaves and we lose a lot of guys. I worry that some guys are going to leave. I think he has won this locker room over, and I think he's starting to win the fans over. I know some other people I've talked to, they are ones that want to keep Ryan Day. And the way I look at it is I think that last Michigan loss finally put him over the edge. And he's finally hit the stage in coaching where it's like, okay, I don't care. I'm going to beat the living piss out of you. Because Urban Meyer, dude, he would just slaughter people, just dice him up, slaughter him. Ryan Day has never had that killer mentality. And I think that Michigan game, he was like, all right, I got to quit playing nice. And I want Ryan Day back. I've grown accustomed to him, and I want him back.
I think it would be. I would like it. I don't see any reason in switching it up. I know we're about to switch topics, but this is the last thing I want to say. So I think Quinn is going to declare.
Mhm.
But I heard someone say this was a UT fan at the game. They think if Quinn doesn't declare, he tries to go back to Ohio State and play UT week 1. And I think that would be the craziest
dude
ever, because we're screwed right now at the quarterback position. I wouldn't say screwed. Like we have
you got that freshman, bro.
a freshman, Tavion St. Clair, but it's like I don't know.
I don't know. I worry we bring somebody in over him for a year. I worry that he leaves. I think I've never heard that thing about Quinn Ewers. If that happened, that is crazy. Like, I don't know. Dude, it's a good thing that game would be in Ohio State. That's for sure. If he did that, if it was at UT, holy cow, dude.
He would be done. He would be done.
He would be shocked.
I wouldn't want him to be a Buckeye if it was at UT.
That would be the craziest villain story ever.
I don't know how I would feel. Like
I don't know if I want him.
I'm not high on him. I
didn't think he is that special. I think he got a couple lucky plays. I think he was down. That's my personal opinion. I think he still had finger on ball when he was that little pitch play, and I think Arch fumbled. Those are two plays. I think the Buckeyes kind of got screwed. I think Arch had the ball loose, there was just no good angle to see it.
I definitely think I definitely thought Quinn's knee was down, and
Yeah, I don't know how they could have turned that over because
they didn't even show the replay in the stadium.
Yeah,
That's how
because they
quick they turned
knew.
it around. That's how quick. And my dad was like,
I was watching on TV and I was like, it's not even close. Like he's still like if you look, the problem is
awful.
with the TV stuff, they'll play it and stop it after. So it looks like, oh, he fumbled it. So the refs don't look so bad.
Yep.
But like it wasn't close. I think Quinn was definitely down. And I think Arch, when he had the ball like this, I think his hand was going like this and had no control, but it looked like it because it was still behind his arm.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, I mean we got pretty good topics tonight. Football and racing. That's pretty good.
America,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we got a trip coming up. I get to see you pretty soon. We're going back to Dallas, back to AT&T Stadium. We're flying. I'm flying. Oh, we both fly in same time Friday night. We're gonna have the crib to ourselves. Yeah. We're gonna be there for Supercross, hang out, and pull out on Sunday. Yeah. I get to go on a trip here at the end of the month. I'm actually coming to Florida. Not to see you though, unfortunately.
shocker.
Hey, you told me that was okay. I asked.
No, you didn't. I have no
Yes,
idea.
bro.
No
I'll
idea
pull
what
the
you're talking about.
I'll
I
pull the
have
receipts
no
up
idea
like
what
I
you're
did the
talking
other night.
about.
Okay.
I
I'll be in Florida for 3 days fishing. And then we're going to Dallas, and then in April we're going on a trip again. We don't know where yet or for what. It's for our birthdays, but we don't know where we're going yet.
told you where I'm going, man.
I know where you're going, but I don't.
I talked to JP and his girlfriend about it last night too. They said they're in.
They're going? Okay, am I in? Can we get? I'm not gonna say that.
No, nope. Nope, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm just looking at notes. Sorry, I want to make sure I hit everything I want to. So we got a couple things coming up, especially on my channel. I got my new bow video coming. It's sitting right here. You can't see it, but it's sitting right there. You guys still don't know what it is yet. I had a lot of feedback, actually, more than I thought on my Instagram story post. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, what was the biggest prediction? Like, what did the most people think it was?
Most people are thinking it's PSE, but out of those four, it's not PSE. It's either Hoyt, Matthews, or what the fuck's the other one that I put on there? Well, it's either one of those two. Oops. It's not that big of a deal. But that video will be coming here in the next couple weeks. I got a video coming Thursday. I was actually working on it right before this, and I'm very frustrated because the sound's not working and I'm freaking out. So I might have to re-edit it again. So that'll cause me more stress.
You're on a roll.
Dude, this video is causing me pain. I've almost scrapped it 4 times, just said screw it. Like I've almost just given up, but I'm not doing it. I got to get it out this week to keep on schedule. But yeah, that's kind of what I got coming up. I think it'll be the bow video, and then the fishing video will come out after that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Then we're gonna have a Dallas video coming a little sooner after that, and there will be some stuff in between. Yeah, I mean, what do you got going on? What's kind of your what do you got going on for your MMFL right now? We haven't even talked about that tonight.
I know. We had a rough loss today.
Oh, I forgot you played today.
It hurt, man. We're up by like 18. The Nuggets, I mean, they just.
Oh,
I mean, it's hard to win. It's hard to win basketball games when Luka and Kyrie aren't playing.
Oh, Kai wasn't playing either.
No,
Yeah, and I mean the Nuggets, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. Like it's
yeah, but you smoke a lead multiple times. That was the frustrating part.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But yeah, I mean the Twitter right now this week was a little rough because my Mavs fans didn't like my tweets about Ohio State beating Texas. Understand?
Yeah, that's brave. That's brave.
Oh yeah, it's like people don't understand. Like it's my platform, and I'm gonna voice what I want. I even said in the
Exactly.
comments, I was like, to all the Mavs fans, be upset if you won. Ohio State's my second favorite college sports team, or like any sports team. No, I sorry my words.
I know.
Like my second favorite childhood sports team. It's the
Mhm.
Mavs and then it's the Buckeyes.
Yeah.
And I don't really care. I got a bunch of
Hate.
derogatory comments in there, and I think my like follow to unfollower ratio that day was like 10 to 30, which was
Ugh.
crazy. Yeah, but
Yeah, that's a bad day.
everything's going well there. Company softball league is starting this week, so that's gonna
Mason.
be interesting. Yep, Mason's playing softball.
There you go.
Last time I played baseball, I got a third nipple on my shoulder blade, right shoulder blade. Got hit by a fastball, so that sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be fun. And then I mean, January is my low key month. February is where it gets hectic because I have the first weekend, my girlfriend and I are going on a cruise. And then the third week, I'm going to Dallas.
Heck yeah.
And then the fourth week, I'm going to Daytona.
Yes, sir.
And then the first week of March, I'm not going to Indianapolis.
That's
Um,
crazy.
it's not crazy at all.
That's crazy.
I'm not going to 3 straight Supercross, brother.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not that invested anymore into it, bro. It's 2
Yeah.
races in a row is enough.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe we'll do the finale or something. But yeah, not much
Yeah.
going on. I mean, just working out a lot. Diets
Yeah.
changed a lot. You and
Yeah.
I have our little cardio challenge going on right now. It's pretty
I think that,
competitive. I love it.
yeah, I do too. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me
Oh, for sure.
motivated.
Yeah. I was so
Yeah.
annoyed though. So I went to the gym to go run when I texted you.
Mhm.
I'm like, you could see I sent you the screenshot. I was like 2.2 miles in
Mhm.
and I was drenched in sweat. And I have my phone. So my AirPods that I have the Pro Maxes and they aren't sweat proof.
Mhm.
And so I can't wear headphones to the gym right now.
Mhm.
And so I just had my phone. No one was in the gym. So I just had my phone playing like this. And I went to go change the song and I grabbed my phone. My hands were drenched in sweat. It slips and falls directly on the emergency cord. And yeah, so it stopped my whole run. That's why I had to
Mhm.
send you 2 pictures.
It's
But
all good. It's all good.
yeah, I texted you. I don't know if you responded about it, but I said this month our goal should be combined 100 miles. We're on
Yeah.
pace for it. So I think that's a good challenge to maybe up
Yeah.
it every
Yeah.
single month, like minorly.
Yeah.
So, but it's good. It keeps both of us motivated. We both have winner mentalities. So when we see one of us run, that makes the other go run. So
Yeah,
I like
exactly.
it. I enjoy it.
Exactly. No. I'm very excited with how this is all going. Yeah, I'm excited. I have a goal in mind, a number. I don't want to say the number, but I have a number I want to get by the end of the year. And I was talking to somebody who actually runs all the time, and their number was like half of it, and I was like, maybe I'm a little higher than I should be.
Just so
But
you know, your sister's boyfriend said I gotta be
maybe
careful. Said I gotta be careful with you cheating.
with me cheating,
I talked
brother.
to him on the phone yesterday, and he said you gotta be careful about Reese putting in the wrong stuff.
Well, he
I
wanted to join. He wants to join. He
That's
wants to
what that
join.
yeah, that's what he told me. That's what
I
he told
said
me. I
I'd
said,
ask. Yeah,
"Nope." I said it's up to him. Don't.
no, I said to him first. I gotta ask you.
I mean,
Uh,
he's gonna be down. He's gonna be down a lot.
I mean, it might be
Is
nickel
that who
back.
you asked? The runner? Is
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Oh
yeah. He runs a lot, and the number he said, I was thinking to myself when he said it, I was like, "Oh, my number is like double that," and I was like, "I've never been a big runner. My knees always hurt, my ankles,
yeah, either.
but I'm trying to be better about it." So, yeah. Well, I'm happy with how tonight went. I'm glad you came on. I really appreciate it. We'll get one more in this week, like Wednesday, Thursday time frame. Let's just crank these out. I mean, we both play video games a lot. There's no reason we couldn't get these done. So, um, I want to say a thank you just for helping me out. You're a motivator. You're my best friend, and I appreciate you coming on. So, all right, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hop on off of here. You got anything to close with?
Go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. All right. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. So yeah, be on the lookout. I got another video coming on Thursday. And then I should have another one the following week or maybe the week after that. It's gonna be the new bow video. I just gotta be able to get and shoot it. It's a little cold up here to shoot outside. So I will let you guys know. And hey, Monday, January 20th, Buckeyes gonna whip up on the Mavericks. So they haven't been good since Rudy left. So go Bucks, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.